welcome to a new garage of Dad. And yes, I've been off buying more stuff for the Audi A2. So while I'm sorting out the injector system, I've decided just to remove the lowered suspension and replace it with standard gas shock absorbers and standard height springs. At the same time, I'm going to do an oil and oil filter change. The reason I'm replacing the suspension is because it's reduced in height by 40mm and these actually squash quite flat. So combine that with, you know, a knackered shock absorber, and it made for an interesting ride which wasn't very comfortable over any sort of distance. I've already taken the struts off the front, but the old ones actually got stuck in here, and I hammered away to get the hub out and it just wouldn't come, so I've had to take the whole hub off and hammer it out in the bench. But at the same time I put in a new CV joint, but I'm going to keep the existing track rod ends and drop links because they're actually in quite good nick. Got the new strut in, got the spring on and the top on, but I do this every time. I always tighten the spring up and I forget to put the dust cover and the bump stop in, honestly. Yeah. That's the front all done. Now I've got to put the back springs on.
To realise how much I enjoyed it, and I kind of spent a couple of years writing this book on top of doing everything else, all the other jobs, and it was trying to fit it in here and there and everywhere, and it was quite stressful. Really, like the choice was right. I mean, it takes time to kind of sink into because
Well, that's a new ride height on the A2. It's quite a bit higher than the lowered suspension, but it'll be a much better ride for me. None of this sort of crashing around and bumping down the uneven roads. So I'm quite happy with that. There's also room for 17 or 18 inch alloys if I want to put them on. I'm not sure, because this is just a little car just to get me around. We'll see. Honestly, this is some engine. The oil filter is tucked right away up there, right behind the alternator, and between the alternator and the exhaust manifold. It's almost impossible to get to. Luckily it's a socket, so I might be able to get my wrench up in there and slacken it off. Other than that, I don't know how I'm going to get the thing off. The old one might be staying on. So the hoses are in the way for the ratchet as well, but I managed to get the thing on. And, oh god. And it's slackened off straight away, fortunately. There's just no room up in there at all. It's hard getting your hand in to turn it manually. So I'm just getting my fingers in and it's coming away. So I don't know how that's coming out. Woohoo! Oh, for fuck's sake, man, come on! Well, that was a job and a half. When you first start the engine, there's this sort of tappity noise that lasts for just a couple of seconds maybe, and I believe it's like old engine oil that's in it, and it's not staying up in the hydraulic valves. And I've already changed the oil, which should sort it out, but I was recommended to use this. And once you put this in, it helps retain the oil in the valves and makes it quieter. So as I said in a previous video, it's a heck of a job to get the injectors out. And to get them out, you've actually got to take off this engine mounting here, pull the engine forward, drop it a little bit to get the manifolds out, and the injectors sit behind two manifolds right down in here. The actual injectors come out quite easy, but to get to them is quite a process. And these are all the parts that you got to remove to get them out. No wonder I wasn't looking forward to doing the job. Now, new injectors are about £110, so I managed to buy the second hand one at £25, and they've also got seals top and bottom, and this one feels quite hard, so I've ordered a set of new seals as well, and that's actually what I'm waiting for at the moment. So I've topped up the antifreeze there, and so far so good. I've checked the codes and there's no misfire on the engine, but it really needs to sit and get warmed up, and then I'll take it for a run and see if it's okay. There you go, that's it all fixed at last. But have I fallen back in love with it? Well, for the time being, maybe. But we'll see. I've done quite a lot on this. I've had it for about 6 months, and it was that close to going to the scrapyard 2 or 3 times, I can tell you. And I'd actually sold it as well, but it didn't. It fell through in the end, so I've ended up with it. So it's taken about 6 months in total, and I've done quite a bit to it, and hopefully that's it running right now, so I can actually use the damn thing. So I'm going to take it away for a wee run, and hopefully it's okay. So the next time you see me, it'll either be thumbs up or thumbs down. That's great, it's running really well, and I'm pleased with the suspension as well. It's a lot smoother on the road now, and it handles the bumps and potholes a lot better. Of course you've got to try and avoid the potholes if you can, but I'm really pleased, so I'm looking forward to using it now. And I use it whenever, you know, I don't take the van anywhere. There's a lot of places that I don't really need my van, so I just take the little car. I can get my little ladders. You can actually get quite a lot in these little cars. So that's it. It's been a long and winding road and troublesome at times, but that's it already, and fingers crossed it'll go well from now on. So as usual, if you like the video, thumbs up, please subscribe. There are more videos coming along very soon.